What's going on, guys? DJ with All Day DFS checking back in with y'all. I hope y'all guys had a great night. I hope y'all guys cashed in like always. Good vibes. I hope y'all guys did it. For me, it was actually a bad night right up until the end. I cashed in on a first half line, made about $200, which saved my night. So you never know, guys. I mean, you could be down the whole day. The whole day you can be down. And all it takes is just, if you bet the right way, or, if you're getting the 10 times 10x or whatever, all it takes is one bet to make back all your money plus something. Today I was down, one bet made all my money back plus a little bit more. So you never know. Just don't get down because, all your other ones fail. All you need is one to hit. So yeah, that one worked for me. Just let me know down below how y'all guys did. Let me know if y'all guys, cashed in. Let me know who did it for you. Let me know who ruined your night. I had a couple on mine. Fox. I got Fox at 3.5 assists, so I didn't get the tie. He had 3. I needed him to go over to hit one line, and then I had Murray going under on rebounds. That one was I would have won on that one too, but he decided to be, I guess, mini Dennis Rodman today, and I think he got like 6 rebounds or something like that. The last time I checked, he was at 6. So he went over on rebounds after 2 weeks of averaging 2 rebounds a game. He decided to rebound tonight, so that messed me up. But like I said, overall a good night. So let's go ahead and get into it. As always, PrizePicks has 8 players on the board already. Again, if you like any of these players, lock them in now, guys. This really does make a difference. And I know sometimes it's hard to pick early because you don't have all the stats, you don't have all the research. You want to go ahead and research everything. You want to research, matchups and all the stats, everything. But if something looks good early, you lock them in early because it makes a big difference. I mean, I've seen people, I've seen guys, go over 1 point or something. You could have got them at 42, and instead you got them at 44, and they hit 43. It happens. It happens. Like, and another one that made me lose today was Harden. I had picked him under, and he was under the whole game. Then he went over by a point, and he went over by I think it was 0.5. I don't know what it was. He was over with like a minute or 2 left. And I'm like, he's been turning it over all game long. I was just sitting there looking at the game cast. I'm like, he's been turning it over a lot. I said, if he gets me a turnover, he goes back under. So he did get a turnover. He went back under. So I was all happy about that. And then next thing you know, they call it traveling on Julius Randle. And then they foul him. He shoots 2 free throws and goes back over. So, I mean, stuff like that just kills you. It makes my heart, I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack sometimes. Like, it's like you're just sitting there on the edge of your seat, like, come on. And actually, with this first half line, I was in the chat group that we had James Wiseman. He was the only one that we needed to hit, and we sweated that one out in the whole second quarter because he was doing good, but then he got a foul, then he got a turnover, and then he stayed in the game longer than he was supposed to. We thought he was going to go out earlier, and he stayed in the game even after he got a technical foul. He stayed in the game, but finally he got his 3rd foul, and then he came out. That one was a close one. But, yeah, so again, if you like anybody here right now, go ahead and snag him up because it does make a difference. So first on the board, we got Rudy Gobert. He's going against Boston. Let's see how his matchup is looking. All right, so there's 7th ranked overall, 14th ranked versus a position, so it's kind of not really a great matchup for him. His last 3, let's see, they have him at, wrong one. They have him at 41. So let's see what his last 3 looks like here, or his last 5 versus Boston. He's only gone over 41 2 times. In his last 5 games, he had a 77 burger. Wow, I didn't have him that night, so I didn't know he hit a 77 burger. He's gone over 41 4 out of 5, so he's done really good in his last 5 games overall. 4 out of 5. He's gone over. So Draft Dashboard has him projected at 42.7. So guys, this is what I mean. So he's at 42.7, so that puts him at 1.7 over. Tomorrow, PrizePicks might bump him up. I really don't. I don't pick Rudy often because I always feel like he can crush because I'm like, this guy's gonna get a lot of blocks, he's gonna get a lot of rebounds, but he seems to always hit like 37, 38. He never seems like to hit the over. And then I'm like, when I do, I think I picked him for like the under one time and he smashed. So it's like, I'm not really big on him, but he's at 41. He's gone over that 4 out of his last 5 games. So if you feel confident in him, snag him now because he might go up tomorrow. I really don't see him move too much, but he's on the board now, so that, he might, depending on what people do tonight, he might move up. And If he does to go to 42 or 43, that's something you might not want to touch. But right now, based on his last 5 games, and he just had a 77 burger, I could see him getting over 41. I mean, who's gonna guard him? I mean, who's gonna? I don't see nobody really touching him. I think he can go over 41. So I would play what I'm talking about. What's on the board? He would be somebody that I would pick on the over. Next, we got Jason Tatum versus Utah. All right, so they're 5th ranked overall, 12th ranked versus his position. So it's definitely not a good matchup. His last 5, they have him for 44. His last 5 versus Utah, he's gone over that twice. So 2 for 5. And his last 5 games, he's gone over that twice. And he had another one that was pretty close. He had a 43. So he's 2 for 5 versus Utah, 2 for 5 in the last 5. Draft Dashboard has him projected at 43.1, so they like him for the under. I think I would go under on him too. Utah's a tough team. I would go on the under for Tatum. If they raise him up anymore tomorrow, then definitely go for the under. He might be a push for me, but if I were to play him, I would play him on the under. Next, we got Mr. Colin Sexton, and I'm already seeing some people picking him for the over, but he is somebody that might be on some people's permanent fade list. Where is he at here? Oh, he's a shooting guard, right? Wow, so he's way down here. Definitely not a good matchup. 8th overall, 4th ranked versus his position. The pace is not a good pace. So they have him at 35. So his last 5 versus Miami, he has not gone over 35. His last 5 games overall, he's gone over 3 out of 5. Draft Dashboard has him right at 35. Bam's coming back tomorrow, so I mean that's going to help the defense, the inside presence. For me, it's a fade because I mean he's had some big games lately, but he hasn't done nothing against Miami. He has not gotten to 35 against Miami. I mean, it's another one to watch. If they bump him up, definitely go for the under. At 35, I think I'm going to fade it. I'm just not going to play him. I'm not going to touch it. I mean, it looks low for what he's been doing lately. But again, the matchup isn't good, and he has not even got, he hasn't got 35 versus Miami in his last 5 games. So that's one that I think I'm going to fade. I see some people playing the over, so just be careful. Next, we got Jimmy Butler versus Cleveland. 42, just off the bat, 42 just looks too low for me. I know Bam is coming back tomorrow, but I mean, he's gone over that a lot of times with Bam in the lineup. So 42 versus Cleveland. All right, so 17th ranked overall, 3rd ranked versus his position. So not a good matchup at all for him. But then again, to me, Jimmy's a superstar. Jimmy's my boy. Like you know how you have a permanent fade list? Well, he's on my permanent go-to list or whatever you want to call it, my permanent over list or whatever. I mean, he has rarely let me down, and I like him for the over already. So he's only played 2 games in the last 5 versus Cleveland. He had a 50 and a 36. His last 5 games overall, the last 4 games, he's gone over 42 easily. And I know Bam hasn't been in some of those. Okay, so if you have Bam, look, he had a 68, a 57, a 63, a 52. So if you add Bam, what are you going to do? Maybe take 10 points away from him? If you take 10 points, he's still over on every of them except for the 52. He hits 42 right there. So I still see him hitting the over. And Draft Dashboard has him projected at 48.9. They have him projected almost 7 points over what he's at right now on PrizePicks, 42. Draft Dashboard has him projected over 7 points. Definitely going to hit the over tonight. Tomorrow he'll probably be at 44. Might be 46 by the time tip-off comes. Definitely going to smash the over on him. And next we got Julius Randle. I didn't play Julius Randle today. I wanted to play him on the assist, and then they bumped it up. I'm not sure if he went over. He probably did go over. But when they bumped it up, I'm like, nah, I'll just leave it alone. But he smashed tonight. I mean, I don't know why I just never played. I mean, I don't know if y'all guys, let me know down below if y'all guys have the same thing where there's just some players that you just, maybe it's because you don't like them as a player just in regular, NBA, not counting betting or whatever it is. Let me know if there's any guys that y'all don't get to. Sometimes that just happens. Like naturally, I just don't even look at that guy for that night or check the stats or do anything just because I don't know. I'm not interested or I don't, But I'm gonna stop doing that because obviously we can't do that. We were trying to make money here, so it doesn't matter. But Julius Randle just seems like a guy that I never get to. I never pick him. Again, 42 right now looks a little low. I know he's going against Philadelphia. I'm not sure if Embiid is out or not. Let me see if I can check that real quick. Let's see if they got any information on that. I mean, I would think he's not playing. I know he hyperextended his knee, and of course we don't have anything yet. Let me know if y'all know if Embiid's not playing. I don't expect him to play. Let me see if they says anything on here. Yeah, he's not even on the list, so I'm guessing he's not playing. Okay. So yeah, so you take Embiid off. I think let me see if Simmons playing. Let's see what they got on here. Yeah, Simmons is gonna play. Tobias. I like him for the over. Right now, that's just too low. Let's go ahead and check him anyways. Definitely not a good matchup. 6th rank overall, 2nd rank versus his position. They have him projected at 43.9, so they like him for almost 2 points over what he is. Usually I see Randle at 44. So this 42 looks low because I usually see him at 44 starting the day. So Jimmy and Julius are looking very good right now. He's at 42. So 42. His last 5 versus Philly, he's gone over that once. His last 5 games, he's gone over that 3 out of 5. Oops, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna like him for the over. At 42, I like him for the over. If he's at 44, it probably wouldn't be a play for me. But since he's at 42, I'll like him for the over. I think I'm gonna lock in Jimmy and Julius tonight for sure. Next we got Ben Simmons versus New York. Now Ben Simmons, I mean, he's one of those guys that he's burned me a lot of times. He's not on the permanent fade list, but he's getting there. So this is 4th ranked overall, 12th ranked 12th ranked versus his position. And I was just thinking, I'm like, yeah, Joel Embiid is not on the board. If Joel Embiid was playing, he would be on the board. So definitely not playing. Okay. So they have him at 44. So if Joel Embiid is not playing, guys, I mean, the play probably is going to be Tobias Harris. I mean, I went with Ben Simmons last game, and it just didn't get me there. So they have him at 42, right? 44. Okay, they have him at 44. Last 5 versus New York, he's gone over twice. Last 5 games overall, he has not hit that. PrizePicks has him projected at 39.2. So that's almost 5 points below. 5 points below what they have him now. It's going against New York, which is a tough defense. 12th ranked, 4th overall. That's a tough one. It's a tough one just because Joel Embiid is not playing, so you want to say, okay, well, let's go with Ben Simmons. But as we've seen, guys, that sometimes is not the case. Just because if one player is not playing, that doesn't mean all the time that the next player is just going to have a crazy game. You know what I mean? Maybe if Embiid's not playing, the superstar, the best player on their team, if he's not playing, the focus shifts to Simmons, or Harris, but and he just doesn't have that game. I mean, he still might have a decent game. He's still going to have a decent game, but probably not hit 44. Maybe he'll hit 38, 39. So just be careful on that one. Be cautious. Draft Dashboard has him under 5 points. I would play him on the under. New York's a tough team. Harden barely got over today, and it was because of last-second free throws. I mean, if you got him early, if you got him last night, you didn't have to sweat it out. But if you got him at, I think if you got him at 56 or something like that, where I had him at, it was a sweater, and then he went over last second with free throws. New York is coming off a real tough loss. Everybody's saying they got screwed. I didn't see the play. I seen it on the GameCast, but I didn't see the play. I feel they're probably going to go hard. I would go on the under on Ben Simmons. I would go on the under, and then he's probably going to be popular. I could see a lot of players, a lot of bettors, going to pick him for the over just because Embiid is not playing. So they might raise it to 46. If they raise it to 46, I'm definitely going to hit the under on Simmons. Right now, it might be a fade. Even though if I were to play him, what's on the board, if I were to play what's on the board, he would be an under for me. Next, we got Shai. Now, he let me down last game for sure. I had picked him on the over. He let me down. He's projected at 42 versus Chicago. All right, so they're 15th overall, 13th ranked versus his position. Um, his last 5 versus Chicago, he's gone over twice. His last game, he had a 56 burger. His last 5 games overall, he's gone over twice. Draft Dashboard has him at 40.5. So they have him, like a point and a half under. It's a tough one. I mean, every time I pick him lately, he's kind of burned me. I probably wouldn't play him. I don't think I'm going to touch him. Just because, again, Oklahoma's so short-handed. I mean, you would think that he would just go off and go crazy, but then again, I don't see the game. I don't see that game. I don't look at OKC play really. I rarely pick people on their team. Usually when I do, it hasn't been good. I usually pick Baisley, and when I don't pick him, he goes off, and when I pick him, he does nothing. So I really don't play players on their team too much. But at 42, I think I'm not going to play him. I would just push it. It's going to be a push for me, a fade. Next, we got Zach LaVine. He's at 43 versus OKC. Right there, top of the board. 25th ranked overall, but they're 11th ranked versus his position, so it's not a good matchup versus his position. Now, his last 5, let's see, what did they have him at? I always forget. 43. His last 5 versus OKC, he has gone over 3 times, 3 out of 5. His last 5 games overall, he's hit 43 once and gone over once. So, actually, no, he has a 47 too. I'm sorry. So he's hit 43 or gone over 3 out of 5. They have him. Draft Dashboard has him projected at 41.7. It's another tough one. 43. I like it. I mean, I guess here you would have to worry a little bit about maybe a blowout with OKC just being a terrible team. 43 might be a little. It might be something I wouldn't play. I think tonight for me, Levine's going to be another push. So if I were to pick, I definitely like a 3-pick power. I like Gobert, Simmons, and Butler. I mean, I'm sorry, not Simmons. Gobert, Randle, and Butler. Those would be the 3 that I would lock in now. I mean, this Boston-Utah game, hopefully, it looks like I think it'll stay close. It should be, a close game, a competitive game. So I can definitely see him getting the 41. He just dropped 77. Crazy. Let's see, who was his last game versus Boston? 42. So he had a 42 his last game. Had 3 games where he didn't hit it, but he had a 42 his last game. Yeah, I'm gonna lock in 3. I usually try to do a 4 line. What I'll do is I'll bet $10. Usually I'll do a small bet on a 4-pick power, and I have won it multiple times. I have been pretty successful doing that, but right now I just don't like. I don't like 4 players on the board. I only like 3. All the other ones seem like a push to me. So Jimmy 42, Randle 42, and Gobert 41 is what I'm going for. That's what I'm going to lock in tonight. Sorry, guys, I got my Discord chat going off here. And they're actually saying that Butler, lock him in now, and Randle. So exactly what I'm saying. We're all on it. So, my favorite 2 is Butler and Randle. Throw in Gobert. 3-pick power. I'll probably put more than $10 on it because I'm feeling pretty confident on it. So that's all I have for y'all guys tonight. Once again, let me know down below from these players if y'all like anybody. Let me know what y'all are thinking. If y'all agree with the Butler, Gobert, Randle, or if you like somebody else, if you like Sexton or whoever. Yeah, let me know who y'all guys like. Hopefully, we'll have some better single stats and some better plays tomorrow in the morning. Guys, go ahead and hit the link and join our Discord. As you can see, it's going off right now. We're already planning for the next day. Come in there, join it, chat it up with us. It's strictly dedicated to PrizePicks. We're in there helping each other. Little by little, it's getting more active. Obviously, we're not a huge community yet, but we do help each other out in there, and we've hit lines. So big shout out to everybody in the Discord. Also, if you like the tool that I use, the Draft Dashboard tool, as you can see, all the information's on there. Matchups. I mainly like the matchups. I like seeing all green on there. Definitely a big help. I have a link to that. Go ahead and hit the link and subscribe to that. And that obviously is my affiliate link. It would help me out with this channel and the research and everything that I do that goes into these videos. So, and also don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you can be alerted when I drop these videos, so you can be on top of the information that we got going on right now. So I appreciate y'all once again. Thanks for all the love in the comments. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all tomorrow with my top 5. Y'all have a great day.